Sarah Jane Adventures, The Mad Woman in the Attic, the second story of Series 3, is written by Joseph Lidster and it's starring Elizabeth Sladen, Tommy Knight, Daniel Anthony, Anjali Mohindra, Alexander Armstrong, and John Leeson. Yeah, K9 makes a return for real. Yes! So the story starts off Ealing, London, 2059. I would be 60 to 61 then. A bloke called Adam Lloyd went in Sarah Jane's house and in the attic and sees an old Rani Chandra who's absolutely depressed and tells Adam how it happened. This is spooky. So in the present day, Rani sees a report of a strange light and went to the rest of the gang who's been talking to Maria. But sadly they're like, just lightning, it's nothing, you're overreacting. So Rani got upset about it, so she meets up with Sam. Not me, unfortunately. She has a friend, Samuel Lloyd, who was an orphan living in St Anthony's Children's Home in Danemouth after his parents died at a car crash in 2001. And because Rani moved away to Bannerman Road, Sam lost contacts with her. I think Toby Parks did a great job. So while Rani and Sam walked to closed up fun fair, Sam decided to walk off, but Rani climbed over the fence and it's kinda intense where there's a group of people just walking past Rani and went on the rides. And they have red eyes, like a demon. A caretaker went to see Rani and took her in his office because she told him that she has a twisted ankle. And yeah, that's Brian Miller, Elizabeth Sladen's real life husband. Amazing. When I first watched that story, I was like, this guy looks familiar. So Sarah Jane, Clyde and Luke found out that Rani told Sam and she's missing, thinking she's doing something stupid, so they head off. They went off to see Sam, who told them where Rani is, and he understandably felt pretty upset about his parents died in the car crash, which is what happened to Sarah Jane's parents. So Clyde decided to call Sarah Jane old, which is not very nice, there's nothing wrong with her looks. I thought the effects of red face in the mirror is really cool. So Rani walks down underground and she meets Eve, who has the power of psychic abilities and time alteration. I like Eve as a character, I think she's a likeable alien, and Eleanor Tomlinson nailed the role. Apparently Eve's species were wiped out by the Daleks during the last Great Time War, same thing happened to the Time Lords, leaving the Doctor the last of them, plus the Master as well. She was lonely and wanted friends, which is understandable. Rani is still angry with Sarah Jane and her gang, so they looked in the mirror to see the future. Sarah Jane sees the Doctor landing his TARDIS in the attic, which is cool. I love the opening of part 2 where they use footages from the classic series. Rani felt pretty upset seeing her future self alone.
I can't become that! I'm so lost, so alone. The mad old woman at Bannerman Road.
I thought Sue Aid did a fantastic job playing the future Rani. They definitely do feel like the same person. I can definitely buy her regrets for what she did in the past, pushing her friends away. So eventually Rani and Eve bumps into Sarah Jane and Clyde and she doesn't want to have anything to do with them, which is sad. So Sam left and gave Luke the notes saying it's not Eve that wants Rani. So Eve uses her powers to speed the fun fair, which I wouldn't say much fun when you feel woozy and sick. Basically, Eve was only a kid and she didn't know how to use her powers. Definitely want to take her to the X-Men and see Professor X. Wrong universe. The ship needed to reboot because it crash landed. So Sarah Jane and Clyde helped Eve to get to the spaceship so her energy can get drawn away. So after Rani is unpossessed, she and Harry went down to the spaceship and he tells 4 kids to help themselves because why wouldn't you? K9's work on Black Hole is finished, so he finally gets to come home, which is amazing. I love K9. They should bring him back.
Affirmative.
So the spaceship is repaired, Harry and Sam get to go with Eve, but sadly Rani wished Sarah Jane and the gang to disappear, but she actually didn't mean it. She lost her temper, which is really sad. We also find out that Adam, who's talking to an old Rani, is Eve and Sam's son. Crazy. So old Rani wishes Sarah Jane and her gang not to disappear, so that timeline got changed and left the spaceship. And Sarah Jane was surprisingly okay with Rani telling Sam about what the gang does and the aliens. I didn't expect the ending to have Rani with her grandkids. I love the music in this story. I thought it was absolutely beautiful, especially the inside of the ship scene.
I'm fine. Chip. Sarah Jane Smith. It is good to meet you.
Yeah, it is a very sweet piece of soundtrack. I thought Sam Watts did a phenomenal job. So that's The Mad Woman in the Attic, and I really love this one. The effects is beautiful. It's well written and acted. What did you guys think? Drop your thoughts on the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching. Can't wait to talk about the next one as we know what it is. I shall see you all then.